is the cheat code. Don't play, don't sleep. Let me start off by saying this is not an advertisement. I'm not promoting Chartmetric. Chartmetric. What is Chartmetric? Chartmetric is a data analytics tool specifically for the music industry. It looks at artist data, basically their social media data, their audience demographics across each social. It does also look at some streaming, so you will see some Spotify numbers on there. You will see playlisting on Spotify, on Apple Music, on different platforms like Deezer, but don't expect to see the full scope. There's another platform for that called Illuminate Data, and that's where you'll see the real numbers on streaming. But Chartmetric is a great tool if you want to see who your audience is connecting to, how they're connecting, and you want all of that information in one place. This is an important thing to note about Chartmetric. It is not going into the back end of your artist Spotify for Artists page and their Apple Music for Artists. It doesn't have that access. Everything that Chartmetric pulls is public data. But the benefit of it is that it gathers all of that public data and it puts it in one place. So now it's easier for you to compare what's happening on Spotify music as opposed to Apple Music. It's easier for you to see what TikTok audiences are coming from as opposed to Instagram audiences. But I would say that Chartmetric is useful because it has a wealth of information. So we'll talk a little bit about the different tiers that Chartmetric offers. We'll talk a little bit about its features. Let's take a second to look at the different pricing tiers that Chartmetric offers so you already know what you're getting into. Chartmetric offers at this point 4 clear, distinct pricing tiers. The first one is for the artist, and it's $10 a month if you're on the monthly. Don't get tricked now, because they will hit that pay yearly, as you know, with subscriptions, and you're like, oh, it's only $5. That's if you're paying for the entire year in one payment. So pay monthly, you're getting $10 a month. And this is when you're going to get the premium data for one artist. This is helpful if you are an artist and you really just want to look at your data, your back end, or your artist manager duo, and you really want to dedicate time to figuring out what your artist's data looks like. That's $10 a month. Now, you will also have the manager tier. The manager tier is $60 a month. And with that tier, this is for someone who wants to have access to data for up to 10 artists. Premium data for up to 10 artists. This makes sense if you're a manager and you kind of have maybe 3 or 4 artists on your roster, you're considering signing another person, then that could be super helpful because you can also have data about who you're about to sign, where they're at. Now, this is for artists and managers, as we stated. This is for industry professionals. As you can see, there is a huge jump between $60 a month and $150 a month. This is if you want to have access to pretty much any artist. Any artist who has released music through a distributor, their data is somehow going to end up on Chartmetric. Now, if you're dealing with artists who are still at the entry level or haven't had all of their paperwork together, there might be some links that you'll have to update, etc. But you're getting a wealth of information. I could get data about Future, Drake, Sabrina Carpenter, and Tyrone from down the street. Like, you can really get a huge breadth of knowledge about all 13 up to 13 million artists. And this is $150 a month. And then they have this new feature called the Ultra. It's the Ultra tier, and I believe that this feature is mostly integrated with AI. And so I believe 300 assistant credits, you're really going to be optimizing AI if you're getting this tier. They also have API access. So let's say you already have a company, maybe a distribution company or something, you need to provide data to your clients. For $350 a month, you can have your AI agent basically scour through Chartmetric to create a dashboard for you, etc. This is where I currently live because I want to know about a variety of artists. And if someone comes to me and they want for me to look at the analytics for their artist, it makes more sense for me to have this version. Here is the cheat code. Don't play, don't sleep. The cheat code is Chartmetric has a 7-day free trial. Admittedly, I have signed up for this free trial a couple of times, okay? And free trial, 7 days, you can get the premium on the free trial. I'm pretty sure you can get the ultra on the free trial and just get as much information about whoever you want to learn about. And then if you're like, okay, you know what, I only really need it for my one artist or for my 4 artists, then you can kind of pare down. But that free 7-day trial, don't sleep. And it also has a mobile app, which has different functions. Maybe we'll go over that sometime in this series. But the free trial, don't sleep, because I think maybe 10 days after you sign up for the free trial, they'll send you an offer. This is my experience. They'll send you an offer that says, okay, seems like you didn't choose to purchase right away. How about we give you this coupon code where instead of paying $150 a month, you can pay $75 a month for the next 6 months. Not in bulk, like $75 in March, in April 75, May 75, June, July, August, and then the 7th month, now you're paying $150. Now, if you're able to have generated some revenue and you were able to, sign some artists and maybe build strategy around that data, perfect. If not, pare it down. But it's a really good benefit if you are trying to be a consultant or working with labels and publishers or artist teams regularly. That's something that you can be aware of. So get the free trial, point blank, period. And then we can get into the other tiers. But I did want to show you these tiers and these pricing options and what you can get. Now, let's get into the data. So I'm not going to get into the depths of everything. There will be a series of videos so we can get into the specifics and the particulars. So stay tuned and subscribe. If you're an artist or you work with artists and you need some in-depth, down-to-earth, comprehensive data analysis, reach out to info@sincerelylatifa.com.